line, Canada. We're at Adamson's BBQ here today. We're reportedly around 6 o'clock in the morning. Officers attended the location and changed the locks. We're just here watching as to what's taking place. You have all the media on this side. A lot of police officer presence here where they did lock up the doors. However, we do believe the location was locked, not necessarily for defying the lockdown orders, but possibly because the owner may have had some other issues in regards to business permits and other safety regulations. How's it going, guys? Good? Would you guys be able to let us know what's going on? Do you have any idea if the lockdown was because of the lockdown order or just because he didn't have the business permit and other fire? Yeah? I'll check it out. Appreciate it. Thank you. Trying to figure out the reason for the lockdown from last night. So let's cross the barrier here, walk onto the property. Seems to be boarded up. Obviously, there's the police cruiser.
Check.
That's not letting anybody into the property.
Mic check. Check mic. Mic check. Mic check. Check mic check.
There's some protesters here that are from Young and Dundas and Queen's Park early.
Check. Mic check. Check.
Excuse me, guys. Is there a media officer, somebody we can talk to figure out what's going on here? And give us. We just wanted to find out if the closure here today was because of the lockdown order, or is it because you didn't have a permit and other like fire regulations issues?
You need to speak to one of those officers over there. They're in charge.
Okay.
I can definitely give you
They probably seem to be too busy. I don't want to bother them. Yeah, they're fine with that. Great, excellent. Trying to find out who we can speak to, but it seems to be these officers over there. We don't want to really bug them. Inside the location, it's closed at the moment. However, there is a plan. I don't want to really say anything at the moment on our live stream as to what we are going to be doing from this point on. However, we will be following up. Hi, sir. How's it going? Morning. Is there a media officer maybe we can speak to just to get a quick word on our live stream? No, I'm with the media. No, they've allowed us access onto their property. Okay. Oh, we just wanted to find out the reason for the closure. If it's was it under the lockdown order? Okay, that's fine. Who is the media officer? Okay, appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much. No. Doesn't look like anybody's helping me out. It's okay. Well, we tried to speak with the officer. He didn't seem to be really helpful. Uh, he was kind of shocked. Said that was with the media, expecting all the media to be across the streets. However, we don't have to be across the street. Very important to note for everybody that is watching today that prior to myself going live, I was having a conversation with two officers. I can't really mention the names of the officers, etc. However, and they did inform me that they are against what is going on here today. They are opposing all these tyrannical measures by the government. They have friends that have been business owners that are losing their businesses, and they showed a lot of support. And they said they're not happy with what they see going on around here. They do not support it. However, these are orders that they're faced with, and they're watching as to what's going on. He also mentioned that they're not aware as to why police are just standing there on a long line, and it looks very intimidating, and they're against that. So, they were just kind of told to stand there, possibly as a show of support or intimidation. However, it is not something that is definitely agreed upon by all the police officers. So that is just a message that I just wanted to relay, that I did have that conversation. Two officers that are here on scene. I don't want to identify them. They are, I guess, a better lack of a term, very well educated. Have done their own research when it comes to the lockdown, COVID statistics, tyrannical issues, and they are not in agreement with what is going on here today.
Glad you're here, brother.
Hey, brother, how are you? We have some people here around as well. Maybe we want to give a little bit of a statement. We've got some celebrities here today. We're going live, guys. Is there anybody that would like to say something maybe to our followers? Pastor?
How are you this morning?
I'm good. Yourself, my friend?
Pastor Henry Hildebrandt here. This is a very, very sad day for Canada. Very sad day for Canada. This morning we see the proof of how fundamentally wrong it is what is going on. When you see that the mandates that have been put on us, when they bring us to the point where a young man with a family cannot have his shop open to provide food, to sell food, that is very, very, very sad. It's fundamentally wrong.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your words. As you can see, the pastor here from the Church of God, there's a lot of support for what is going on here today. So just keep your eyes open. We're going to keep the live stream going. And like I said, there's just people wondering what's going on. The media is standing out here, wondering what is happening. I've got police that have blocked off one portion of the driveway, and then right in the middle, and then another row of police, pretty much blocking over the entire property, and the doors have been locked to prevent access to that location, prevent access to accessing the equipment, the ovens, the barbecues, and then the main to stop people from driving in. However, like as I mentioned, there's currently something going on in the background that we don't want to expose at the moment. However, driving into the property is not really a requirement. Food is going to be prepared in the complex regardless of the situation. You can see there's police officers now are mobilizing, walking, following the lead officer and the health inspector. How's it going, sir? So, they said there's a large amount of officers.
So if you want to get here, you have to park on the other side and walk over. I definitely don't think that anybody should pull over on the side of the Gardiner and park right here, just west of the Royal York overpass. That would be a terrible idea.
That was so kind of them not to block off the access to the Costco, because we looked at the parking lot and it was jammed, but no health hazard there, I guess, eh?
I don't know. You know what? I'm taking a stand today. I say I am essential.
Okay.
This business is essential.
And Adam, logistically, how are you going to serve your customers when they come here for 11 a.m., which is less than an hour away?
The door will be open here, the roll-up door. Well, I don't know. I saw on video they might have put some screws in it, so there might have to be some creative ways to open up the doors. I'm not sure. We haven't gained access to the building yet.
And in addition to all the fines you got yesterday, do you think you'll get additional fines today as well?
I did not receive any fines yesterday. I received some summons because I was in contravention of this Reopening Ontario Act. There was no fines laid on me or anybody else. Today, what they've told me is if I open up the building, I'll be charged with obstruction.
Okay,
and arrested.
Well, let's see how it plays out. We'll be here to cover it.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Adam.
Got it.
Adam, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah, man.
The lockdown that just happened today at 6 in the morning to force close, was it under the Open Ontario Act, or was it for issues with the business
Toronto
permit?
Public Health now has jurisdiction over this building.
And is it because of the Reopening Ontario Act, or is it because you have an issue with the business permit and some other technicalities?
It has nothing to do with the business permit and technicalities. Those are issues that I didn't have the paperwork finished in time to get the proper licenses in here. That's not what we're talking about today. Today we have a closure order under Toronto Public Health for violating the Reopening Ontario Act.
Okay.
They may be charged with what did I say? I said it before, with obstruction.
Right. Okay, and do you have a lawyer here specifically?
They just went for a coffee. They were here with me already this morning.
I see. Excellent. All right. Well, I guess we're all going to be here supporting and see what's going on. Thank you very much for your time, Adam. I'm sure we'll talk to you in a bit.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So I don't know if you could hear if the microphone is a little bit low, but they've closed down the location, public health, based on the Reopening Ontario. And then they've also threatened Adam, the owner, that they will charge him with obstruction if he reopens the doors to serve people here today.
This shit.
Hey, officer, is there a media officer we can speak to?
There might be one coming down later. Yeah.
Is he? Okay. Excellent. Would you mind directing me to him when he shows up?
If they show up, I will absolutely.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Save my battery. I'm going to kill this live.
Yeah, just give me a couple minutes. I gotta handle something.
What about a friendly neighbor I can park at? Do you have a friendly neighbor who's not doing something that's not
As you can see, I don't know if you can see from here, all the way down the street, police have blocked off the road as well. Since we're all parked on the side of the road as well, a lot of us are getting parking tickets, bylaw parking tickets, and that's fine. It's not an issue. We've requested multiple times to speak with the media liaison so we can get a quick word. He's not on scene yet, but we'll wait. There's some signs that are still left over from the last night for the day before, where a protest happened after the reopening.
sell groceries. But there's nothing stopping people from wandering over from the produce aisle and the clothing aisle. So
I brought my clothes to very too, so fucking open the door. I know, but I think
We're just gonna take a quick walk down the street just to see what's going on until the food arrives on location. So there's a food, meat, stuff that's being delivered to the restaurant so that the cooks can start doing the barbecues. There is a plan to reopen. That's not going to be an issue. Charges will possibly follow should Adam open up the garage door. However, there's something else currently in the play or in the works to allow people to purchase food and operate that business here today. So just stay tuned and let's see what's going on. As you can see, the entire property is covered with signs directing everybody to the Line Movement website. Since the news and the media has been silent for so long and not shedding light, we took the opportunity to make sure that all of our signs are right in front of their cameras. Because this is definitely bringing a lot of news coverage and definitely will bring a lot of notice to the anti-lockdown movement that's taking place.
go ahead and do it, because that's exactly what's happening.
There's Adam, and something going on there. All the police officers.
That's not peaceful enough for these people. She trying to pull in now, bro?
Let's stay over there and record, man. You don't have to come up all the way here. They're coming here and just get them right now. Sure. So let's stay over there.
Sounds good.
One more step back, please. One more step back.
Freedom looks like, eh?
Alright, that's
Thank
it.
you.
So you can zoom in, that's fine. Pretty sure you can zoom in.
I can't zoom. It's just a phone.
I know you can zoom in now.
Not on this one. It's a cheap phone. What's that?
They all told me the other day that they have mortgages to pay, but they're taking away his right to pay his mortgage. Well, Adam is paying their wages.
We'll see what you guys are listening to. Or if you want to, let's see what you guys are here for. We really will. We're going to see the true colors of the police.
So I'm not sure if you can hear it, but Adam is just mentioning to the police that this is a day where the people in Canada will see where the true where the police and where they lie in regards to all these tyrannical orders. If they will in fact arrest a family man, a business owner that's trying to feed his family. So should they arrest him today, that would definitely be a sad day for Canada. Hey brother, I'm here with the Line Media. Is there anything that you would like to say about what's going on here, or is there a media officer that we can direct us to? A media officer?
I'm not sure. So I'm seeing him.
Haven't seen him.
It's only with the Reopening Ontario Act, which is going to absolutely hit assistance.
I'm not sure you can hear, but I can hear what Adam is saying there. He just got issued another ticket under the Reopen Ontario Act, and he's just letting the police, or the not the police, the inspection officer there, letting him know that all these tickets are just going to fail. And there's no point to keep handing out these charges, summonses for court under the Reopen Ontario Act. The officers, just as usual, we always want to say thank you for you guys being here. We support our police services. We are not an anti-police movement. We do not condone defunding the police. And we do respect your positions and what you guys have to go through. We are aware you're put in a hard spot, but we just wanted to make sure you're aware of that. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care. Hey, officer, would you be able to help me out to find a media officer, a liaison, somebody we can speak to? I'm just being sent in circles. Nobody knows who to speak with.
I don't think they're here right now. To be honest.
Okay.
I don't think they're here.
I just don't want to be bugging anybody.
Let's hang tight for a bit, man. They're not here yet. I don't believe they're here yet.
Okay. If you spot them, maybe.
You'll see when they're here, because then you'll see all the media going.
Ah, yes. That's perfect. Oh, a lot of support for police. Toronto's always respectful. The public, they have to ensure safety. That is their main concern. So there's always to point that out. It's true. You do see a lot of police presence. It's not intended for an intimidation tactic or anything of that sort, but they are requested to be here. And as I mentioned previously, I was having a conversation with two officers that are telling me they are against what is going on here today, but they cannot bring their personal opinion onto their jobs at the moment. And when I asked them about, should things escalate by, the governments in the future where their actions become completely tyrannical to force people into, certain, possible charter infringements, medical practices, etc. These officers said that they will have absolutely no part in it. So there is some hope there that not all the officers will be enforcing severe tyrannical orders in the future should that happen. Adam. Adam just walking around getting ready for what he needs to do to set up to make sure that the business continues as usual. However, that is when we determine if the police will charge with an obstruction ticket or not. Gonna tap over. We're just gonna try to talk to a few other people as well. See what people have to say and their thoughts. Brother, would you like to introduce yourself? Maybe give a few words.
Yeah, I'm Herbert Hildebrand. I'm a business owner from south of London, Ontario. And I am extremely upset with what is going on here. And if we don't stop this now and the police officers refuse to enforce these unconstitutional orders, we are going down a very slippery slope, much slipperier than any of us could have ever imagined less than a year ago. This is the only crime committed here today was a young man with a family serving up freshly smoked brisket. Let that sink in for a moment. That's the only crime. There's more police officers here that killed somebody here. This is Canada. People, it's time to rise up. If you haven't awakened yet, this is your. We don't have much time left.
Great. Thank you very much.
Buffalo. Yeah.
There's the all the fake media outlets. So at this point, we're just sitting and waiting for Adam. Just he's doing something inside the building. And once again, if you're just tuning in, this location opened up against emergency orders and offered inside dining. Was fined 2 days ago and yesterday under the Reopen Ontario Act. And he's fined today again under the Reopening Ontario Act. And I believe he'll just keep getting fined repeatedly, as those fines will eventually find their way in court. Today at 6 in the morning, Toronto Police Service attended and they locked up the doors. They changed the locks on the front door, the back door, and they've drilled some screws onto the rolling garage door that opens up and down. So they've locked it down by force, and they've notified Adam, the owner, that should he open the doors, he may be getting charged criminally with obstructing police, as this is currently now part of their investigation. So at this point, we are here in Canada watching to see what police will do at this point if they decide to arrest Adam. He's a family man. He's got kids to feed, mortgages to pay, and will the police service arrest that individual for selling briskets today? This is Adam's truck right here, blocking off the road. That sign. So the police cruiser is blocking one side of the road, and then that's Adam's pickup truck with our sign, no more lockdown.ca, which redirects you to the line. Any luck yet, officer? With the nope. I know, I'm so annoying, aren't I? Well, at least it's not raining.
Right?
I'm just gonna keep asking officers for media contact. It's not here yet. Officer, actually, I'm curious. What's the concept of having lineup of police? Is it a safety concern or like a to have a lineup of police? Is it to stop the media to come onto the property or protesters?
Stopping anybody right now.
Okay, so there's no issues if people were
I don't want somebody getting hit by a car.
right. So it's no issues because I'm wondering if they're worried. People are worried if they're going to get fined for standing on the parking lot
That might be coming, but at this time,
for being outside on the parking lot.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, it's just I'm relaying a question because people are kind of worried and we just don't know what.
Before we started giving fines, we would be given plenty of notice of what was happening and what direction we wanted to go.
Excellent, great. We don't want to find ourselves in that position.
No, you don't.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
I'm here all day, like a bad comedian. Here all day.
Unfortunately, eh?
It's a real union job. Standing around doing nothing. That's how they do it.
No, you know, they're here. They're here for our
Ah,
safety. We're a pro-police movement. We support what you guys are doing. We respect what you guys are doing.
We are, but they're wearing masks here, but they're not wearing masks over there.
That's fine.
so
You know, it's part of
that's
the
weird.
it's part of the position, the
They can
employment.
answer that, why they're wearing masks here, but they won't wear it outside there. That's weird. Strange. Maybe the virus is only here.
Once again, we do not
It wouldn't
support.
work anyways.
We do not support defunding the police. There's a lot of people that show up. We're not an anti-mask movement either. Anybody wants to wear a mask for their own personal opinion, they're more than welcome to. For employment, more than welcome to. Not all people are representative of the movement. I feel it's very important that we always show police, regardless of the scenario or the position that they are put in, that you know, we do support them, regardless of currently what is going on. However, you know, they are like I said, they are put in a bad position. They have to remain impartial. How things escalate in the future, that is you know, to be determined. So I was inquiring as to, you know, why there's a long lineup. It appears to be a little bit of an intimidation tactic. You know, they were told just to stand there. You know, for media presence, obviously they see the media in front of them. Whatever orders they're following is, you know, for a good publicity stunt. It's a show of force for the rest of Canada to watch that, you know, a small business owner has his business shut down and the police are lining up in the front, enough to basically deter anybody from thinking of doing otherwise. You know, I asked what is the point of it. They said it's just simply for traffic, and that's fine. So we've been walking in and off the property with no issues. As you noticed, I inquired about people standing in the parking lot, whether they're going to get charged. And I wouldn't be a charge under the Reopen Ontario Act. It would be possibly a charge of if the government has some sort of authority to take ownership or control of this business and property. It would also deem that they are in control of the parking lot, and therefore it would become a trespass to property situation. However, that's to be determined, and I can't really make that quote at this point because I'm not aware of what the authorities are under this scenario. The location, once again, is leased, I believe, by the owner. Therefore, you know, for police to take ownership of the property would not necessarily be logical, as he does not own it. So they would have to take ownership from the landlord. I don't see how trespass tickets would apply. So for everybody that's watching, we do urge you to come down here to Adamson's BBQ. This is an urgent matter. It's not matter where you are. If you're at any other, locations, events, protests, this is taking a little bit of a precedent right now. So if you do have the capability to come down here today, it's important that you come down here. So there's the staff sergeant, has some paperwork, providing it to Adam. Sit down, brother.
There's actually a little more step back. You want to obstruct the investigation.
Sure.
Take a few steps back.
I don't have Zoom capabilities on my phone. That's the only
it's an
reason.
Apple?
It's just a cell phone, right? It's an app,
Yeah.
so I can't.
What are you doing? Feeding live there?
Yeah. Yeah. We don't mean to be disrespectful or anything like that. It's just
You gotta understand we're doing our job.
100%. 100%. I don't know if you're aware of us. If you were to research the group organizing all these protests, we're a pro-police movement. We do not support defunding police, and we have all the respect for what you guys are doing, and we understand the position you're in. We understand the scenario and what's going on here. And we do appreciate what you're doing. Thank you. We're not sure what Adam was served at the moment. We'll find out. We'll follow up in a minute. I do believe it's still very important always to relay that message with the police officers, as they're not aware as to our stance and what's been going on for the past 8 months. As I've spoke to a few police officers already that were sympathetic to our cause, they mentioned that they are unaware of all these things. They're unaware of the protests. They're unaware of all the positive messages that we are sending out, because they're not being given that information through in their internal emails. Obviously, they're also watching the mainstream media, which is censored, so they are unaware. So it is very important that not only we educate the public, but we also educate the police officers for them to realize that we are not an anti-police movement, we are not an anti-mass movement, and we understand the position that they are being placed in.
I don't have an update. We're waiting on the meet to get here from our Leaside location. We're still planning on opening it at 11.
Great, there you have it. So we're still waiting on scene. Waiting for that meet to show up. All going as planned. At this time, basically, we are waiting for that to happen, and most likely, police will have to follow through with their notice for a possible arrest and charge of impeding with an investigation, with obstructing police. So that may happen, whether it's an arrest or just serving of a promise to appear, is to be determined. Let me just ask, hey, officers, good question. If somebody, or if Adam was to be charged for obstructing, would he just be served a promise to appear, or would he be arrested and released on a PTA, or would he be arrested on bail? What's that? Right? Right. So based on the fact that Price is met here with his identity, of course, we don't. So if based on that information, the worst case should be where he's just served with the PTA on the spot. Yeah, because there's no repetition of an offense. Yeah, there's identification. Yeah, well, we do have a lot of police in our families as well, right? Yeah, we just want to see what your opinion is on the matter, or our viewers are not knowledgeable. We're going live on.
Direct them to where you got your information from.
What's that?
Direct them where you got your information from.
I'm getting it from you.
No, you said you already know it though, right?
No, really, not all of it. That's why I'm asking you. I don't know. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Take care.
So, obviously, if you know your rules and regulations, some people will give you a little bit of an attitude. So, when somebody is arrested or charged or about to get charged, there's 3 options on what would happen. One is they will arrest you, or not necessarily arrest you, but just serve you with documentations or serve you with the charges. That could be just a promise to appear, a document letting you know that you have to attend in court. It's like a summons, a fine. But in this case, it's a criminal summons for criminal charges. The other option is that you will be arrested and handcuffed, placed in a police cruiser, served with documents, and then released on the spot. The other option you will get arrested, and then you'll be taken to a prison, and you're waiting for bail court. There's different things that would cause the differentiation of those three options. If it was a violent offense, or if the identity of the subject is in question, or if the repetition of the offense is a possibility. So the only avenue I see here is where police could possibly say that, he's done this the first time, the second time, this is the third time. Due to that information, they may decide, let us arrest and hold him, detain him to stop the continuation of the offense. However, that is definitely a little bit of an overboard situation. So we're just gonna wait and see what police will end up doing here today. How's it going, guys?
Awesome.
We're good.
It's like, whatever the story is.
I love the t-shirts.
Walking on the street with the police, no more. Knock at the business,
Oh my God, it's so happy. People.
Oh, really?
You take a picture? I want a picture with him. Let's be in there.
For many that are watching that have not been attending the protests, when we do speak to the police officers, we kind of get a 50-50 feel or response. Some are very, very polite, some are very respectful, some very evidently appear to be supporting the cause. Obviously, they cannot give that opinion because they're doing their job, but you can just tell from their demeanor and the things they say. And there's another 50% that are believe that they're doing the right thing. So at the end of the day, when things start to deteriorate in this country, it ends up becoming a personal issue for the officers and their actions. Oh, sorry about it.
Instead, they're protecting the corrupt individuals. They're just as corrupt. BLM was right about these people. They have no soul. I don't back the blue anymore. They showed exactly what they've done.
Well, as you can see, a lot of the protesters were always supporting a police movement, but a lot aren't really thinking of the large, picture, the big picture, where not necessarily all these police officers want to be here.
Oh, look! White supremacist rally!
So as we can see, we have people. That was a good point she's made, where the media labels us or the line as a white supremacist group and neo-Nazis. It's not the case. We have people here from all walks of life, all colors, race, creed, you name it. So the news seems to always label us as for some sort of white supremacist movement.
Check this out.
Hey guys, are you guys actually going to report the news today? Are you guys all just going to stand there all day long and actually report on fuck all?
We support the blue. Just want to make sure we always throw that out there. Regardless, always support the blue. Thanks for being here, guys. You can see the signs on the fences, making sure the media is aware. Some more people showing up.
Put down the sword and join forces with Canadians instead of standing on the other side of the street. Why don't you join us? We're all human. We're all equal. You are no better. You are no better. They're not going to protect you from us in the end. They're not going to protect you in the end, guys. You think you know who you're working for, but they're not
There's a message directed to mainstream media behind us. How's it going, guys? Yeah. Saw you walking in and that girl was yelling, "Oh, we're all a bunch of white supremacist groups," because the media has been labeling us as a white supremacist group.
I don't look white.
So I don't know, maybe you can give a word to the media, because our group, the Line Canada, that's always been doing all these protests. We're from all walks of life, whatever. Maybe you can prove them wrong a little bit. Sorry to pick on you, but you know, what do you have to say about those comments?
Man, it's not a white supremacist thing, man. This is a movement thing. This is a freedom thing, you know? Everybody, we need to wake up and realize what's going on. They're trying to take our freedoms away, and if we don't stand up and fight, this is exactly what's going to happen. This is proof right here. They came and shut down a man's business, put the locks on the door. How he's going to provide for his family? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So this is not a white supremacist thing. This is a everybody thing.
Absolutely.
Everybody involved.
Great. Appreciate
Check it out once again. It's your boy OG Park coming at you at 9.6 down here at Adamson BBQ. As you can see, look at all these waist suits and yellow freaking jackets and these freaking waist cops, and Doug Ford's a waste man, John Tory's a waste man. Who's that other guy? That Justin Trudeau's a waste man. Man's need to make their money like right now, and like it's like they're asking for a riot. Like, you want people to cover up their faces, you want to lock down all these things. A lot of people are going to go to their last option and start committing some crimes. Like, it's common sense. I called the shots the last time earlier this year, and I'm calling the shots again. More riots are coming soon.
Well, let's hope not, because you know what? We're a peaceful group. We're trying to peacefully protest. That's protected under the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And just to let you guys know, I was talking to a number of the police officers over there, and though you might not see it, and you see a big, large contingent of them over there, a lot of them have already talked to me privately and said that they do not support what's going on here. If we were to escalate where it is, a lot of them will not support those orders. So keep that in mind. You don't want these officers to be our enemies, and we're not theirs, because when that time comes, we expect them to be on our side. So keep that in mind. It's not what you see isn't necessarily what is always going on behind the scenes. Yeah? All right, brother, guys. Take care, man.
Follow them?
At this game, it's just like I said, it's just a waiting game. We're just waiting here for the meat to get here. Start the barbecue.
Can I get Lamont Dago up to the mic, please?
Once the food arrives, then we bring it into the property. But at that point, I have a feeling that the police will just simply intervene. Whether they intervene prior, before, or after, when Adam starts lighting up that barbecue, is to be determined. And whether the police will follow up with notifying patrons that are on the parking lot with charges, it's to be determined as well. So once again, at this point, we just sit here and wait.
Morning.
Morning. So this is the view from the other side of the building. All the doors have been closed, so the building is surrounded by police services. How's it going, brother? Doing good? So most of the exits are pretty much blocked off, really, is what's going on. We've got the main door that pops up and down. You have the main entrance that we were at the front and all the way around the corner. And every media outlet is here, as you can see, CTV, CBC, CTV, CNN, and the list just goes on. They're not permitted to be on the property. I'm gonna take a quick walk away from the parking lot. Just walk down the street to see if there's anything going on down there. Yeah. Yeah.
Give me the freedom. Give me the freedom burger. Give me the freedom wrap. I want the freedom barbecue.
Okay, it's coming.
Right. What time is it? What time do you open?
Well,
looks like there's a lot of police in the line.
Well, I've been speaking to the police and what's been going on. Just so aware, guys, I'm actually going live.
They're hungry for freedom. We're hungry for freedom.
Apparently,
we're hungry for freedom.
Apparently, police said that if Adam is to open, then they would possibly arrest him for obstructing.
Arrested for serving freedom.
For obstructing, yeah, for serving freedom.
For serving freedom on a side with a side of tyranny.
Exactly.
You want freedom or you want tyranny?
Exactly. Arrested for freedom.
China right now, and the prostitute media beside us. Here comes the real news. Not the prostitutes. These are the prostitutes to your left. They're like the goats. You know when Jesus Christ separated the goats?
So if you go down the street, we're actually parked down on the street. We're definitely getting a ticket, maybe getting towed. But, that seems to be the only option we have at this point. So we will stay there and see what happens. Let's head back to the location.
That's what we're here for! Christine! Happy birthday!
So there was another protest, it's not a line protest. We believe it was a political group or some sort of a political party that's having a protest. We do not. The line does not support any political groups, political parties, protests, or anything of that sort. However, there's a lot of individuals that are still on their way here. As you can see them walking down the street, coming to this location for support. For anybody that's supporting our movement, we do have protests Canada-wide. You can check us out at thelinecanada.com and check out the protests tab for a list of all line protests. We also do driving motorcades every Sunday. We do recommend people start to attend. We drive throughout the entire city with our vehicles, flags, raise awareness. So every Sunday we are doing a motorcade. Visit thelinecanada.com and join the motorcade. We need a long lineup, at least a kilometer long, of cars. So we urge everybody to join us. Go to thelinecanada.com and go to the convoy menu tab and join the event, which we call Drive the Line. Let's see what's going on now around the back. It seems police have walked around the back.
Looks like it's an active shooting situation. I know, they're looking for weapons.
So that's the other side of the building. There's just a fence. For some reason, police are just looking at the fences. There we go. There's something being brought into the Adamson location. What do we got going on in there? It's the secret items. Oh, no, that's for the separate business. Or is it? For those that are just tuning in, just to give a quick recap. This location opened up against contrary to the lockdown orders. Both days, owner Adam was fined. Thanks a lot, guys. There we go. Here comes the food, the table, bread.
Guys, I'd like to just say something real quick. So we know that we've got
More
over
meat.
2,000
More
of
meat.
our freedom fighters at Queen's Park.
We're getting hungry, Adam.
All on their way.
Barbecue!
We've got everybody from protest from Queen's Park on their way here.
Lamont will be here soon. Chris Scott will be here soon.
Lamont
So will
Dago.
Flag.
So there's
So
a
stick
speech that was
around.
made.
This is where it's at, guys. We
Lamont
have to stand up
Dago
for each
has
other.
pretty much
They'll
rallied
be here
the
soon.
troops and on his way to this location. All that food now is going in through another door, which the police are unaware of. So they've locked only that door and that door to Adamson. However, all the food going into the accompanying business at this point. And from that door, food will get prepared. There's an access to the kitchen from there, and then we'll have our barbecue regardless. Since police don't have a warrant for the other property or anything for the other property, they can't really enforce, or the public health. I wouldn't say much police, more public health units. So we have obviously all that meat just showed up, bread, etc. We have all of our patriots that were at the different protests on their way here now, driving. A lot of them are bringing barbecues with them, so they have their own barbecues to put outside in the parking lot and start barbecuing. And today will be a sad day in Canada when you can get arrested and charged criminally for having a barbecue. But that is to be determined. Once again, before I was a little bit interrupted with what was going on, just to give you the commentary of what's happening. This business, Adamson BBQ in Etobicoke, Ontario, has defied the lockdown order on the 24th and allowed indoor dining. On that date, when they defied the order, a large number of protesters showed up on scene and everybody started to eat inside. In defiance of the order, Adam, the owner of the property, was fined under the Reopen Ontario Act and was ordered to close. He was provided with legal documentation, forced to close the location. That did not deter the owner, and as a show of support, the line movement still kept coming to the location and opened up again for the second day in a row. Another ticket was issued, a fine was served with a summons to go to court under the Reopen Ontario Act as well. And then today at 6 in the morning, police attended the scene, changed the locks on the building, and pretty much told the owner that if he was to continue, he will be charged or arrested under. Oh, now here police are trying to come in, and there's people standing in the way, not allowing police entry.
You're not welcome here. It's not fucking happening. This is Canada. Back up, man.
For what? This is not the restaurant.
It's obvious that you're preparing food and setting up tables.
So what?
Is there a warrant for that location? I presume there's a warrant to enter this location as well? Is there? Is there a Feeney warrant? Is there a Feeney warrant?
Down with the Gestapo! It's legal!
Get off the property.
There's more. Yeah.
Lock up John Tory.
Is there a Feeney warrant?
John Tory. And the dealer, scumbag. Get out of here. Using fake science to destroy our lives. Look how many things they took away from us.
It is following.
are the resistance. We are stronger than all militaries on earth combined. We are the resistance. Bring it!
When the police were attempting to enter the location, protesters blocked off the road, not allowing police entry into the building. Guys, keep it respectful. Guys, can you keep it respectful with the police service?
There'll be more coming if you stand in this. Let's go! Stand in, guys. Let's go. Stand together. Unite people. Let's go. Let's go. Fucking chose to get the fuck working for Walmart or you working for people?
Your bills. We pay your bills. The right to protect the people. You will not get in any trouble for about safety. There is nothing they can do to you if you guys protect us. There is nothing they can do. We've been peaceful for 6 months. We've been actively abiding the laws. Free man your kids and
we all played soccer here. We all played basketball with our neighbors. We're free Canadians.
Right now. Right now. What is more important? What kind of world do you guys want?
Lots of crime and throwing out here.
Say it. Out of it. Out of it.
They're already trying to defund you. Stand with us.
Lots of crime and throwing out here. Family business here.
We suffer. You're going to suffer much more.
Lots of crime over there.
We're on our soil, guys. In the east, the west, and the north. You're protected by your oath to about faith. You're protected by because you love these people. You can change the whole country right now. It's in your power to change the whole country right now. These are your people that you love, that you took that badge to serve and protect. These are the people that you love, begging you to stand in defense of them. Begging.
I'm fucking hungry. I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking eat. Open up.
They're killing you with your masks. They're all tainted. They're killing you all with those stupid masks. They're tainted. The World Alliance of Doctors came out last week and said there is no pandemic. They're killing you too. No pandemic. They want to kill you too. Listen, they took $97 million apiece from the International Monetary Fund to infringe upon the rights of Canadians. You guys, we can prove it all. We've got all the evidence.
Yeah.
Stand with the people.
Stand with the people. Stand with the people.
All you gotta do is about face and protect them. That's it. Just stand there like this. That's all you gotta do. You will change the entire country. You will change the entire world. You men.
This is your chance to make history, my friend.
You guys can make history. You can save all the world. Listen, your kids. What kind of a world do you want your kids to live in? What kind of a world? I know I don't want my kids to grow up in some totalitarian nonsense.
We all left other countries to come here for freedom.
If you don't stand with us, who's going to look after you guys? Because you're just the same. You're a pawn in this. They're using you.
Guys, stand with us. We stand with you.
Some of us,
we will stand with you.
Some of us immigrated
I know
here.
you guys are feeling it.
Some of us immigrated here to get some freedom.
What about your families, man? You want them all forced injected? Shut down forever? No one can be productive.
Guys, have you guys traveled? Have you traveled?
You should come over. You should come over and stand on this side.
Stand with us.
You should be standing on this side.
Think about this. Do you want your child
come
to be
over
first
and stand on this side?
Stand with us. Stand with us. Think about your daughter. Think about your kids.
Have you seen Chinese kids in China?
You guys can change the whole world. The whole world.
You is that.
Just you men. Just you men.
You have no idea what you're doing.
It's up to you whether this country remains free or not, my friend. It's up to you.
You are protected by your oath to stand with us, and we will guarantee. Listen, we will not allow them to harm your money or lose your job. We will not allow it to happen. We will stand beside you guys.
This is the day.
We will stand beside you guys 100%.
This is the day they'll say, Officer Sayed stuck with the people.
Personally liable for your bullshit.
And some of you know what kind of damage that can do. Be the heroes, guys. That's what we're asking you. Be the heroes. Do it. All you gotta do is turn. All you gotta do is turn. You know that every single one of your colleagues will back the hell down if you turn. You know it. Be the lead. Set the example. Be the leaders. We're begging you guys.
Is anyone going to follow their own oath here today or what?
You guys, all you got to do is turn and face that way.
Are you going to follow your oath or what?
That's it. That's all you got to do. That's it. You do that, I promise you, we will stand beside you guys. We will stand beside you guys. We got 3,000 people coming here. If you guys do this, there'll be 10,000 standing beside you. I promise you. Think about your kids, guys. Think about your families. Think about the grandparents that are dying and they don't get to see their families. This is outrageous.
Ask Eileen for proof of an isolated virus yet? Anybody done that?
Forget all that. What about your fundamental basic freedoms? You guys have it within your power. All you gotta do is turn this way. All of your colleagues will not stand in your face. We'll fight crime, guys.
I don't know about you guys.
Do that.
I don't know about you guys. We came to this country to get some freedom. And if you guys take it away, this is going to be a bad day for Canada. If you guys do not protect your freedoms in this country.
You have it within your power. Like, what side of the law? Listen, forget all that. What side of the law?
How many kids are getting molested out there today?
How many kids got taken?
Satanists, devil worshippers. You don't want to be.
You'd rather restrict the man's productivity. Getting molested or raped, committing suicide.
Officers, what side of the law do you stand on? What side of the law do you stand on? Do you stand for the people that you swore oath to protect? Do you stand for the people that you swear oath to protect? You have children. You have children who have been vaccinated injured. You have children. What kind of a world do you want your kids to grow up in? What kind of a world? You are protected by your oath from any repercussions you could possibly entail for standing with the people. All you have to do is not one is going to put your gate, arrest you.
All it takes is one guy, one officer to come on this way. It just takes one person only. It just takes one officer with the guts to come up and stand with us. Who's got the guts to do it? Anybody?
You became a cop for this very reason today. This very reason. What side of the law do you stand on?
Make a stand, guys. This is your chance to make a stand. There has been slavery for years until people took a stand. This is another attempt. You either take a stand, or you don't.
All of us. When we look back on this day, today, we know what it means. We know what it means. We're standing today with our national hero, Adam. Give it up for Adam, everybody. He's a family man. He's a businessman. And more than anything, again, he's our national hero. He has the courage to stand up for tyranny, against tyranny, and making sure that we have freedom in this country. He has 2 young children himself. I have a child myself. We're fighting this fight for all the children, current and this is land of free people. We have to do whatever it takes. And that's why we're here today.
There's more officers coming up. So
In any other
Move in, people, let's go!
I can tell you now, let's go! Queen's Park, we have hundreds of people in the morning. No more lockdown.
Let's go!
Raising the other speaking the truth. Exposing the hypocrisy of the government.
Now more officers attended, created a long line across the building. Inside, we've got Adam and the cooks and everybody that's preparing our barbecues for us here today.
I was trying to go here in the car, and then police blocked the car off, road off, and I'm like, why can't I get in? Well, look, why? It's a free country. He's not crying. We should be able to get in anywhere we want. There's no crime here. There's only one victim. Where's the victim? There's no crime. There's no victim. At least officers need to stand
You're gonna
down.
bring slavery back.
Which side of the history you want to be on? When you go home, when you look in the family, you look at the house of your children. How are you going to be outside?
You know what you're standing for? A guy wants to open his business. Wow! Where were all you guys when they were shooting up Young Street? What the heck is going on? I know! We used to love the police. What happened? What happened?
Somebody here needs to take a stand. Somebody needs to take a stand with the people. Somebody here needs to take a stand for the people. One of you guys needs to take a stand. One of you guys needs to take a stand with the people. You're about to make history here, either for the good of the people or for not. Either you protect the Charter of Rights or you destroy it here today.
It's your duty and obligation to stand down.
Some of us came to this country to get freedom. Do not take it away.
We are not afraid, guys. You have to understand. We're not standing down. We're not going to stand down.
Yeah,
As long as it takes. As long as it takes. We're not standing down. We're not going to be intimidated with 20 handcuffs. We're handcuffs. We do not care. You have to look yourself in the mirror, guys. You have to know what you're standing for today. Come on. You have to let us open this restaurant. You know the history, guys.
Come on, one of you's got to have enough balls to stand up against this. One of you's got to have enough balls to turn around and say you're with the people, because we're all on your side. We're all on your side. You just got to turn around. Either you protect our freedoms here today or you take it away.
Which side of the history want to be on, guys?
Not a single person here is against you.
In Melbourne, you're choking a teenager and dragging him on the street. It's not a jumping officer. In Australia, in England, they're chasing people. Somewhere. This has nothing to do with safety. This has nothing to do with stopping cows. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
God bless you guys. Thank you for your service.
Arrest Ron Cody! Arrest Ron Cody! You are bound by your oath to protect the public. You are bound and you are also protected by that oath to protect these people. All you gotta do to change the entire world today, guys, is about faith. None of your colleagues, none of them are going to. We're not rolling our feet. You're going to stand down. See the example. Stand for the people. Why don't you become officers? Because these are the people that you love. These are the people you have sworn your life to protect. Now protect them. Protect them. I would like all the people to please take as close to that door as possible. Because we are not to stand down.
Let's go, people! Move in! Let's go! Everybody, let's go! Stand up, let's go! Serve and protect! 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 Serve and protect!
We gave you this country for freedoms. Our grandparents fought for freedoms in this country. My grandfather fought the Nazis, guys. He was captured. He was able to stay injured. When he recovered, he joined the army and he went all the way to Berlin. This is not your property.
You can't just say you're doing your job. You're guilty of oppressing people, of harming people, of doing the wrong thing. Doing your job is not a justification for doing what's wrong.
Again, steering of this country. We have police officers among us, retired, who gave a great speech yesterday. And if
We have rights and freedoms. We have the right to assemble.
What's really responsibility we have. Not to the corrupt government, not to run on a just law.
Just look back in history, guys. This is repeated before. And what happens? People die. Before, nationwide. And what happens in the end? The right side wins. Every time. But people like you.
For 8 months straight, our organizations, Hustle Over Math, the Lion Canada, and MAD, have been 100% peaceful in all of our actions. There is absolutely no excuse for this many police to be standing against us when we have been standing for you. It is not just Kelly's job
How many criminals are getting away with gun violence and drugs? Why we don't bust them instead of stalking a guy who just wants to earn a living? Shame on you Nazi officers. Shame.
Stand up for this country. You became officers of the law. Now protect and stand in defense of the law. Back down. Stop. We are parents. We are all obligated to protect our families. We are all obligated to protect our communities. Thank you. I can see it on your faces. I understand that you're standing on the edge. What side of the law do you stand on? Are you a criminal or are you an officer of the law?
Because they know they're taking out orders.
Stand with the people. Freedom!
Freedom! Freedom!
Biblical, not political. Revelation 13 will have more compassion than you guys are showing right now. Animals take care of their own better than you guys are doing right now. That's right. Animals. You guys are acting worse than animals. Worse than animals. That's how you're acting. That's the truth. That's the truth. You should be, man, on your knees, begging for forgiveness. Beating your chest at what you guys are doing. That's the truth.
Bylaw that supersedes the Constitution. It's your duty. You don't have to hold it.
This is the great crime. It's the great crime being committed. It's people dining in a restaurant together.
The worst thing that's the great crime is us having some
people trying to live some life.
Right? Whole part.
So that you are aware have to deal with the difficulties that they have to bear, the pressure that they are under, the sacrifices that they are going to do every day. And when I'm done, I want to bless those men and women in law enforcement. And
We're not backing the law today. No.
In 1982, I did my basic training with the Ontario Provincial Police and was then sent to Elmer, Ontario. Elmer. And I've never been back to Elmer until a few weeks ago. When I started with the OID,
actual criminals, do your job.
all police officers can continue to operate we shall never violate
station. So we got the bylaw officer there, bylaw enforcement, waiting, strategizing.
We see violence, death, destruction on a regular basis. We do things, we see things that we never will.
Keep going. They're gonna give you a coupon. These guys, you get coupon? You get any coupon? They love you. You just get small business.
This is the media. Still across. They don't have a clear view of what's going on in there. We've got the sergeants, staff sergeants, inspector, bylaw enforcement. Everything's waiting up on here, and a lineup of police officers that tried to gain entry. That was stopped by the protesters, as you were just observing. So at this point, it's another waiting game for the food to finish. And the other option is, I think people aren't going to leave today. They're going to have to charge and fine every single person here today, I'm assuming.
I can say to you things that they can't.
Guarding Walmart.
These departments have become very
Standing on guard over Walmart.
Has nothing to do with the officers on the street, the men and women who go out every day in their patrol vehicles and do their job. They're not perfect. They make mistakes. A lot of civil litigation reveals that there are a lot of mistakes and there are some bad apples coming from every tree. But I will tell you overwhelmingly that the majority of police officers and a considerable amount of senior management are people I'm very proud of. I have gone to far too many funerals, hand in hand, with members of every police force in this province and police forces in the United States.
This gentleman is a retired OPP officer for 30
years. We are
years.
a brotherhood. We stand together. And although I am retired from that agency, I continue to carry a badge to show my honor and respect when required to that agency. I'm very proud of that agency. I'm very proud of working with those members. But now I need to address the members of the police service that are here. Gentlemen, when we took an oath, you may have forgotten your oath, but I'm going to remind you fundamentally what your oath is, what my oath was. The oath was very short. And the oath was that we will protect the Constitution of Canada in an unbiased manner. And I say, as my brothers and sisters who I have retired from, but still have the utmost respect, these people are my new brothers and sisters. And all I ask from you members, regardless of what your choice is to do today, I will say the hardest thing is conformity. Cracking the conformity is very difficult, and that's a decision you're going to have to make. Gentlemen, you will need to know one thing. You will need to know and ask yourself, what side of history do I want to be on? because we are at a fundamental breaking point in this country right here and now. I'll leave you with a homework assignment if you choose, gentlemen. Understand what PCR testing is all about and how inaccurate it is. Understand what case numbers mean and what they don't mean. And once you do, I pray to God that you will wake up and stand on the right side of this argument.
Give it up for the real man, retired police officer. You have a choice. Every single moment of our life when we wake up, we have a choice. And police officers today, you have a choice. Choose to protect
Thank you very much. I appreciate
the people, not the corporations and not the corrupt government. We all know this government is very corrupt. We all know these measures are bogus. We know people actually dying because of these measures. We know people in retirement homes actually dying because of their negligence. They're not dying because of this virus.
So as a retired OPP officer for 30 years, that's sending a message on our speakers there for all these young officers to listen. Hopefully they heard or they listened to something.
Support every single citizen of this country. Fighting for the rights and freedoms. Why am I still alive if this is such a deadly virus? It's not.
So there's a lot of planning going on here behind the scenes. The officers, I'm not sure what they're planning to do. Public order units or police. At some point, I don't believe withdrawing is going to be an option for them, because that's definitely a message that they don't want to send to the rest of the country. So I believe they're being forced at this point to have to take action, negative action towards the protesters, as well as the business owner. However, if they do not, it's the sergeant. He's been very nice and respectful for all day.
Right for the people!
Everybody! Hey guys, let him talk! Let him talk!
We have an obligation as parents, as individuals, to stand up for each other, for our communities, for our children.
The officer said he's going to come back and talk to us in a little bit, I guess with what they're planning to do further.
Together, we are going to stand together, do a
one family.
Take away our liberties.
A human family.
Our livelihoods. The Constitution swears that we are protected, that our life, liberty, and security is all protected.
I can see in your eyes, some of you guys are questioning. Some of you guys are questioning what you're doing.
They're between a rock and a hard place. They have a hard decision to make, right? It's not an easy decision to make.
Oh, it's not that hard, but you're right. It is hard. Yes.
Don't drop that shit and join us. Either a paycheck or do the right thing. That's what it is.
That's right.
Nobody from this property has called for your service. You have no business being here. You have no business being here.
Here comes the officer and the inspector.
Let me give you some.
I'm just
Citizen that you are sworn by oath to protect.
See what the outcome here.
To protect our people.
So who's
now you can call you. What side of the law are you going to stand on?
Hey! The organizer, well, that would be human rights, my friend.
Yeah, what's going on?
The organizer is the power of God, the power of life that we all possess.
Let them speak.
What's going on?
Let the officer speak.
Let us speak. Wait, let us speak. Let us speak.
somebody represent
Everyone,
this organization today?
the law begins somewhere. The law begins somewhere.
We are the people. You can talk to all of us. Say
Well,
what you want to
I don't think there's one group standing here.
Well, we don't all get what we're looking for, do we?
There is a gentleman here that's going to
How's it going? You think you're doing the right thing there, officer?
Staff Sergeant.
Just ignore the reality, eh? ignore the reality.
Get out!
You're oppressing people. You're harming people. You're hurting people. Gravely hurting people. Yeah, you right there. Don't look away. You're hurting people. You're hurting people. You guys are hurting people. What you're doing, you're oppressing people. You're taking away their livelihoods. You're harming their children. That's right, you right there. You're trying to look off in space? No, it's you. You're harming people. You're enforcing tyranny. Get the fuck off! Get the fuck off!
We want the truth, not your lies!
Oh, sorry.
Okay, man. Okay? You can videotape, but keep your distance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Brother?
That's, I get it. I'm right here. You don't have to yell at me.
I'm not yelling. It's just because the maps, right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to make sure
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
Social distance.
Okay? Back up now. Okay? Videotape, but you gotta keep your distance. Okay? Reach in here. Some safety issues.
Keep the social distance too.
What about public safety?
How about you?
What about our safety? Taking away our health and our jobs. What about us, officer? You only care about yourself? Is that what you're doing right now?
How about you? How about
You're
us?
harming us.
Yeah.
You're harming families, children. You're harming people.
Exactly. What you doing against
You're
us?
telling us to consider your safety right now? We're not here to hurt
Oh,
you.
do they have
We're
a
here to
warrant?
live
A
our
Feeney
lives.
warrant? Is there a Feeney warrant?
guys are hurting us.
If there's no Feeney warrant, there's no entry to the premises. At the same time, they're trespassing by being on the property without requesting authorization from the owner. So without a Feeney warrant, you can't be on the property.
You're not allowed to go in.
Without a Feeney warrant, as you're aware with the Feeney warrant case law with the RCMP, everybody can be charged. Each individual officer that is on the property can have a Police Services Board and the Police Services Act complaint for charter right violation. Not the police service, but every police officer on this property. You cannot enter a man's property without a Feeney warrant.
Adam!
There's no crime. There's no crime. You don't have to be here.
What are you protecting? What are you doing?
This is a great
Why are
thing.
you standing there?
Only can look in the mirror, man.
What are you guys doing here?
Please, get out.
You're not a person. You're a man.
Which facility is that?
All too well.
I think you did a search warrant today.
Probable cause? What's the probable cause?
You don't have a search warrant. No crime has been committed. Everything you're doing today is
Okay, guys,
illegal
back up,
and
please.
unlawful.
Back up.
I want it all
Okay?
on record.
Back
What
up,
is your
guys.
name? What is your name and badge number? And what is your rank, sir? I'm asking you a very easy question. He's filming, they're filming. What is your name and rank? I'm speaking on behalf of the owner of this business. Excuse me, I asked you a question. Do I need to ask you for a third time? If you're not going to take me serious, you're going to have a big problem on your hands because this is a serious situation.
You're trespassing here, and you're
My
touching me.
standing is,
Why are you touching
you
me,
have
officer?
absolutely
Can you stop
no
pushing me?
authority.
Stop
You do
pushing
not.
me.
You're making it forward towards
Well, you're sitting here on private property without authority to be here.
Give me some distance, please. Okay?
I'm standing here. I don't know
Tell,
why.
but it's like, I'm not touching
You don't have a
you.
Feeney warrant. You're trespassing on private property. Officer 11496. You're in breach of the Human Rights Code, Charter of Rights and Freedoms, without
Back
authority.
Up. Back up, sir. Okay? I've asked you multiple
Okay,
times. Back
now
up.
please,
Give me your justification for violating his charter of rights and freedoms under the emergency order. Every emergency order must be met with justification. That justification must be
You're trespassing. We use as much force as is necessary to stop the effect of the violence. You know Section 1 of the Trespass to Property Act. Are you aware of the Trespass to Property Act and the powers of arrest for both citizens and police? We're not just regular citizens here, my friend. I think you're aware, but we're very well educated with the law.
You're nothing special. You're just like
we're all lawyers, and we are all lawyers and police officers. Just so you're aware.
They're not going to be able to say.
We're not just regular citizens around here, my friend.
We want you to join us, man.
We are aware of the rights, the laws.
What you're doing is wrong.
There is no data that proves.
We will be filing long-form charges against every individual on this property.
You have an ability to violate this man's rights and freedom.
So we refuse.
We're not leaving. He's ready to open. If you guys want to stay here all day and make a day of it, you know why we love that? Because I'm calling every other business around here and saying, guess what? All the cops are here. You can open, and no one's going to bother you. And we're going to keep you here every single fucking day. And there's not one fucking thing you can do about it. You can't even look me in the eye. You cannot even look me in the eye.
Chris!
Yes, you know. You fucking problem.
Get out of here! Without a warrant, get out of here!
Take me the fuck in. You're gonna have to kill me, motherfucker. And you're gonna have to kill me.
You are trespassing! You are trespassing on private property!
You want to stay here all day? Be it. I'm going to call you.
Pathetic. Cowards. Spineless cowards. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Get the fuck out.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you guys.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. Walk away. Go away. Go away.
Stand down.
Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down. Stand down.
Get out of the property! Get out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! You're trespassing! You're trespassing! Get out!
You guys are trespassing. Please leave the property.
You're trespassing! Get off the property!
Please leave the property. You're trespassing.
This is private property!
We don't need you here.
Where is your warrant?
Nobody called you.
Where is your warrant?
Nobody called you.
Where is your warrant? Show me the warrant! Get off the property!
Please leave the property.
We have the authority to arrest you, officers, under the Trespass to Property Act for failure to leave when directed to do so. You are on private property. Leave the property before we arrest you under the Citizens' Rights, Section 494 of the Criminal Code of Canada.
Because if you don't stop this now, this is it.
Please leave, stand down.
Adamson BBQ. Get down here.
Lock hands.
Fight for your
Lock
life.
hands. Lock hands. Everybody lock hands.
Lock hands, guys.
Arms, lock hands. Lock arms, lock hands. Lock hands. Lock arms, lock hands. Everybody lock arms.
Get off the property. You are not welcome here.
Get out of our way, people. Get out of our way.
They're trying to push in because they want to remove the food he has inside. Apparently, that's what
The police want to try to push in to remove the food from inside the property. We're not allowing them. Everybody has locked hands, create a barrier between the property and police. Notify them they're not welcome here at this point. Trespassing property, got a Feeney warrant, they cannot gain access.
Somebody! Everything should be closed.
You need to change, officer. Hey, you need to change.
You guys need to stand with us right now.
You guys can
You guys need to stand with us right now. I know I didn't come to Canada to take my freedoms away.
Be a hero, guys.
You're here to take that away.
Stand on our side.
Welcome to Canada, everybody. This is Canada. This is China. It looks like China to me.
Canada stand, yeah.
What happened to all the police officers? This is China. Let's get the Canada back in our country. Let's go. It's a whole people willing to fight for the freedoms of our country. Open all the businesses. Enough is enough.
Open up.
This pandemic is over. This pandemic is over. Open up our country. Enough is enough. We're not going to take this bullshit anymore. Yes. I wanted to go inside of this.
That's right, they're down. Support us. Walk away. Walk away.
You don't want
Oh, yeah.
So you guys need to understand that if conflict arises, you guys are the ones causing it.
We're healthy human beings trying to go about our daily lives. That's it. That's it. That's right. You guys are oppressive.
Forget the oppressive. Don't be
The government tyrannical measures and the evidence coming out, they have nothing else left but to put the forces. That's why we have so much. Like, why there's like 20 cops here? What kind of crimes can commit? There's no victim. Thank you. This is the door for the entrance. It's been blocked off. Our police have tried multiple times to come in. Not allowing them at this point. So just gonna wait and see what's happening.
What's that? Get out of here?
Yeah.
You're appointed. You want to try? Let's go.
You're good?
Let's go see what you can do.
But you have to
You're
get
a
your
free man, not a person. I don't. I only have a health card.
No, give it to me. All right.
Okay, let's see what you can do.
Mr. Kelly, thanks for being this man.
Memento, brother.
There's crime out there, go fight crime.
Yeah, like, what's the law there? What is the law?
Well, don't private
I'm just, you know it, man.
Most ridiculous show of force in the history of my lifetime in Canada. Our city sees it fit to use virtually 100% of their law enforcement resources. A boatload of our tax dollars for the express purpose of violating the charter rights of a gentleman simply trying to feed his family by feeding your family. It doesn't get any more cut and dry than that. Feeding your family. Your number one priority. Your human right. Our rights are not granted to us by John Tory and Doug Ford and Justin Trudeau or you guys. Our rights are granted to us at birth because we live in a free country. This is still Canada, as far as I know. Law enforcement officials are supposed to uphold our rights and freedoms. You're supposed to serve and protect the community, not be used to put a man and his children out on the street.
Whoa!
Why? You're going to put millions of men, women, and children into poverty, into destitute. Why? So you can justify by saying we maybe prevented a few thousand cases of justify putting millions of men, women, and children, former independent, productive members of society, into destitution and poverty? Of course not. And furthermore, it's completely illegal. You cannot violate our Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Everybody listen to that again. Fake news, you freaking listen. Our Charter of Rights and Freedoms is paramount and cannot be violated. Any emergency order that violates our charter is null and void. Unless there is extreme justification for violating that right. When Doug Ford says we're basing things on models, that means it's something somebody made up. When Doug Ford tells you, we won't tell you who our experts are, and we can't give you the data, that is not justification. When our hospitals are at the same level as they are any other year, and our death rate is the same as any other year, that is not justification. And now it's on record for thousands and maybe even millions of people that you guys are here illegally on unlawful and unethical orders from your superiors, and now you are illegally attempting to violate the charter rights of a man and his family without any justification. And when you can give them any ticket you want, you can threaten arrest any way you want. But this goes to court, and it will, because I'm going to make sure you have every resource available to them. Absolutely obliterate you. You're not going to be able to say to court. We can't tell you who our experts are. We can't give you the data. No, you're going to have to prove it. And guess what? The data is going to prove that you're completely full of shit. The data is going to prove that you have no justification. The data is going to prove that every single one of you here broke the law. So we're not scared of you. We welcome this. You think you're making an example of him? You think you're big and strong? This is the entire resources of the police force to shut down one tiny barbecue. Open your doors, far and wide. Everybody's over here at Adamson BBQ trying to pretend like they have the power. You guys don't have the power. They're pretending like they have the power. That's why you're making these phone calls, writing these notes. That's why you haven't busted in there. That's why I'm still up here talking. You think you got the power? Come and take me. You're so powerful. You're so strong. You got so much authority. Here. Come and take me.
All good, Adam?
Go. How you doing? All right. Tell me what's happening in your life. Go ahead.
I will when I get into the front of my building, but right now I do not.
You need to write them a note. They're going to leave. You just have to write them a note. That's the last step. You've given
Maybe
them.
you can try to rile up a pen and paper. I will definitely do that. I just don't have any in here. I don't think we even have sticky notes.
What happened yesterday and what happened today?
Where can we find it?
Sorry.
Yesterday, we violated the provincial orders to close down the Toronto Public Health. Everybody came in today. We had a great day. Today, we're coming by to do it again, and we have a lot of police presence today. Over 30 police officers here lined up, trying to make sure that I can allow anybody in my building to eat. They're trying to make an example out of me today, and we're going to see how that goes.
All right. Are you allowed to walk inside the building?
They said I'll be arrested if I walk inside the building.
Oh my God. What's the charge?
Pardon me?
The charge is for
right now
serving freedom.
Anybody else doing this? Anybody else opening up their businesses? Just go and support them. Let's flood them with love like here. We'll get through this.
How about City Councilor Mark Ryan? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your eyes. You guys are ashamed. You're ashamed of yourself. Stand down. Stand down right now. All of you. All of you should disobey your orders. Disobey your orders. They are unjustified.
Your orders are unjustified.
Adam, is anything, any updates you can give us? We're still going live from when we got here. Any updates, anything?
Nothing yet, bro. We're gonna open this thing up in a minute. Do you know where Vlad is?
Yeah, they all went to the front. Some updates, we're gonna open up any second now. They've obviously, as you heard, threatened to arrest Adam if he was to enter the property. This is not gonna happen. You guys need to stand with us. You need to come up and stand with us.
You guys gonna be standing here. Take off the mask, throw them back on the floor, and grab some fucking bars. This is done. This is what you guys are doing for a fucking old person.
Social distance. They're not wearing their masks. That's the big thing that the real enemy isn't these guys. The real enemy is the medical and big pharma and the politicians. Those are the enemies. And we keep giving these guys a hard time, but the real enemy, we should be talking to the politicians and Tammy, whatever.
You guys are you're making history here today. You have to decide what side of history you want to be remembered as. The ones that maintain freedom in this country, or the ones that help somebody else take it away?
The rich and the powerful have always oppressed and controlled the people that don't have that kind of money and power. That's what I believe it's about. If the virus was real and to the extent that they're saying, I'll put this mask on and I'll social distance gladly. But I think it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. And I don't like to swear. Face the real enemy, the medical and big pharma and the politicians and whoever else you can think about. I just had to say that.
Officers, you are protected by your oath to protect these people. Why did you become officers? Why? You became what?
She knows I got all the goodies. That's wrong. Just don't get in my bed.
We got people inside the building helping out, cooking. Families and children are out here, babies, everybody's ready to eat. We got barbecue. It would be a shame when police become violent or try to push protesters away when they're all families and children coming here to just have a barbecue.
Shame on all of you.
Give your Valentine, bud. Give your fucking.
Open up, we're hungry. Every single person in this country has the right to life, liberty, and security of the person. You are infringing upon his security of his person because financial security is also security.
Cut through some shop over there.
You have a duty to uphold our Constitution and our charter.
They're definitely
not. Does not entail taking unlawful orders from the municipal government that is lying to their people. The world organization and alliance doctors just announced last week.
Arrest Adam, because if you're here with the intentions to arrest him, you need a warrant. If you don't have a warrant, it is an unlawful arrest.
Open! 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 Open!
Fuck you! Shoot me if you want, yeah? No!
Calm down. You said,
Storm the building!
What is the fucking government doing?
Storm the building!
You guys get him out of here.
there's somebody that's disgruntled, that's having issues with what's going on.
Everybody needs to get this mad. Everybody needs to get it mad.
Exactly, and all these cops should be in fucking jail. They're all criminals. Every fucking one of them. If I broke into this fuck, you're all fucking, every one of you are criminals. All of you are criminals. Don't fucking push me. Do not push me. I don't care. That doesn't. You're a criminal. You're a fucking criminal. You guys are all fucking criminals. Patriots! I'm not breaking the door. We'll break the door. Patriots! Yeah! Listen to me! Yeah! I'm tired of this! And don't touch me again, eh? Don't fucking touch me again. Don't touch me. That's on video. Fucking touch me again. Assault! Charge him right.
That was an assault. We got it live on video.
Get his number.
One of the officers just assaulted one of the line members.
Yep.
We have that live. If you are here with the intention, sir, if you are here with the intention to arrest, if you are here with the intention to arrest,
Right here, on video, grabs a citizen by the throat. That's assault. Tell this fucker to keep his hands on assault. Badge number, right here. What is his badge number? What is his badge number? Get it on video. What is his badge number? We got you on video. Grab a citizen by the fucking throat. See?
This guy's getting up. This guy's getting up. Assault! I don't know who the hell you are.
You don't put your hands on anybody. You understand me?
Yeah, you did. Hands on anybody. We got you on video. Nobody spit on you. We have it all on video. I was going. That's what you got the mask for. You pushed me. You pushed me.
What's your badge number? 4,300. 4,306.
If we get it in French.
Oh my God.
That's on video. That's going to be submitted.
We did the same thing at the rally.
You're trespassing, officer. You're trespassing. Hey.
Good.
Why don't you grab me by the throat in front of everybody? Why don't you smack me in the face in front of everybody? Why don't you pistol whip me in front of everybody? Taser me in front of everybody? Go for it.
Let us see you, so we can get a clear picture.
Where you from? Shame! I don't hate that word, but you guys are pathetic. Especially this one. The big fucking bully.
You're not a police officer.
Yeah, you're a fucking tyrant. You're a fucking tyrant. What's wrong with that fucking your family?
The boot will go on your neck too.
No, he grabbed Can I say something? But I don't want people to know.
My God, you already know, bro. Really.
If these officers are here today with the intention to arrest, they require a Feeney warrant to effect the arrest. If they do not have a Feeney warrant, they are here illegally. A Feeney warrant is required for the intention to arrest on private property. Police officers, if you do not have a Feeney warrant, you are trespassing on private property. Please provide a Feeney warrant.
Bring the whole city out this weekend.
Stand down.
Officers, you all need to stand down. You need to stand down and stop breaking the law. You broke into a man's property. You are here without a warrant. You are effecting an arrest or have an intention to arrest without having a warrant. You are operating and conducting your business illegally. Every one of your badges will be recorded from this occurrence, and we will follow up with an internal investigation under the Police Services Act with the Police Services Board. Anybody that is remaining on property will be investigated.
We have to wear it. We're told. It's our health and safety committee. I don't want to get How long are they willing to do this?
With somebody that's sitting down as a peaceful protest.
This is ours. You gotta stand for it and believe it.
Right on.
Don't bow. Don't bow. Don't go along to get along. People don't. What about your kids at home that are crying every night?
It would appear you have no more freedoms in Canada, my friend. It would appear they might.
I'll even play my word.
They might be bringing slavery back to this country.
They already have.
Oh, they sure did. Anything you want to say? We're going live, bro, on the line, Canada.
Yeah.
Say something to the people.
No, I'm just saying, look, I'm sick of it. You know, I can't rely on politicians. I can't rely on votes. They rig the votes. The politicians turn our backs on us, like Doug Ford. What else can I do besides this? I mean, give me a break. For a virus that kills less than 1% of people who get it, this guy has to, his life is ruined.
Right. You're doing the right thing. Thank you for being here, my friend.
Wow. They really have unlimited resources.
Don't lose our country.
You know, as
The inaccurate
child
data is guiding our fucking guidelines. That is disgusting. But it's not best practice. They're slaves. They're slaves to their sergeants. They're slaves. They're victims of the war.
Come in, bring it in, people. Let's go. Bring it in. Right up. Go.
These officers are victims of the war too. Look. They're slaves.
I ask
They're
you
slaves.
not to
They put
do
on their
this,
muscles,
guys. I ask you
muscles
not
because they were told by their sergeants and by the government. Look.
Stand there. You don't have to holler at that. Everybody in. We need the whole city here, man. We need the whole city here.
Everybody's coming down there.
Everybody's gonna be here.
Guys, you know there's way more of us than you. You know that.
If this continues, we are going to be in front of the police station every day. will be in front of your station every day.
Your bosses will abandon you.
We trying to kick the door open, the door that they locked. So here's Adam, I believe, trying to kick the door open. The police took up the pepper spray. They're fighting. They're beating up some of the protesters.
It's the Canadian police. It's the Ontario police.
His hands are up. His hands. Nobody touch the police. Do not. Hey guys. I'm just keeping him. I'm just keeping him away, bro. Okay.
You're attacking Canadians.
Bro, they're not gonna hurt you. Back up. Back up, back up. Guys, stop. Stop pushing against the police, guys.
Don't touch.
Guys, don't touch. Do not hit the police. Do not.
Do not touch her! You do not have consent! Do not touch her! You do not have consent! Hands off! Hands off! Get inside! Get inside!
Somebody went out from the other side.
Come on!
There's an opening that was milled. We cut through the door. We all cut through the wall during this entire time when the police are outside. Right through the wall. There's all the drywall on the ground to gain access into the kitchen from the other premises.
Come on.
Oh, sorry guys.
I want to have a guy back and have a friend out. You asked me like
That was not my intention. Somebody pushed me into you.
What are you doing?
What are you guys doing? You need to be on our side here. You need to be on our side. This isn't right. What are you doing? It's like the SARS people in Nigeria killing their own people. What are you guys doing?
Protect the people, not the government. What's wrong with you people? This is about your family.
Take a good look at yourself.
This is about your children and your future. Bullshit! our fucking country. Your future as well, guys. What you're doing is you guys gotta stand with us.
This isn't the property part of the restaurant, right? So I don't know what authority do you have to block the road here. This is not the property for the restaurant. This is a second property. You have no authority to block the road, officer. Can you please move?
You want to exit?
Can you please move?
You're not going in.
Why is that?
You're not going in.
Under what authority?
You're not going in.
Under what authority? Are you an agent of the premises? The Trespass to Property Act that you're enforcing while not being by not giving authority as a occupier? You're not the occupier of the premises.
Who's the guy with the camera in there? Is that you work for the place or you work for the cops? Oh, hey, you work for the guy.
What's your badge
They
number?
arrested him. They arrested him.
Without a Feeney warrant. They arrested him without a Feeney warrant. Here come the public order units on the horses.
Look who they brought.
There's kids here, guys. There's kids here. Please. They're going to kill someone, please. We're peaceful. We are not violent. We're peaceful. No one's hurting anyone. There's kids. Please. Hold your horses. Officers, stand down. No one's going to hurt you. I promise. No one's going to hurt you. There's kids here.
Stand down! Stand down!
Officers, come down. We're not going to do anything, guys. Don't worry. You're good. You're good.
You guys, no fighting, guys. Come on, no fighting. Sorry, honey.
This is tyranny at its best. When the police has been turned against the people. What next? The military? Will the government turn the military against its own people? This is not Canada.
This is why they say
So
the police.
So now they turn the police against the people. Will they turn the military against the people? This is tyranny at its best. At first they turn the police against the people, and then they're going to turn the military against the people.
They're serving in there, and I got video of them serving.
Guaranteed by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and the Human Rights Code. Due to the fact that the vast majority.
Where's the mic? What happened to Canada?
Hello! Round fucking 2! So we got brisket, we got everything being served inside. They illegally arrested Adam, so they just brought more charges upon themselves. But everybody that's inside is eating and having a good time and making the day. Fucking ridiculous. All they do is get more charges on themselves.
Why?
Round 4 left.
So police have made a lineup around the property to stop people. So is the entire unit here just to stop people from having a barbecue? What if we open 50 places? Are you gonna devote this many resources to stop people from having a fucking pork chop and some barbecue?
Good job, guys. Thanks for helping us turn our country.
It's a beautiful police state here today.
Paul Tierney.
See what's going on the other side.
All legislation is totally illegal, doesn't it, sir? And we are not part of the corporation. We do not stand under you.
What did the owner do wrong? Well, that's all we want to know. What did he do wrong?
Was there a Feeney warrant? Was there a Feeney warrant with the intention to arrest him?
Okay. Shame on you.
There was no warrant.
There was no Feeney warrant.
You have a family, right? You have a family, right?
You guys have families? You guys have
No, we're not against you. I'm not against you. I'm talking real. I'm not against you. I'm talking real.
I'm against them.
No, you're not against.
I am. I'm not against police. I'm against them. Because if they had honor, they would throw their badges down and say, no, this is unconstitutional. Hey, remember when Bull Connor in Alabama was spraying black people? Those police officers should have said, no, we won't do it.
No, don't say that. I'm just saying the right cause is why are they arresting the poor man? He's trying to feed his family. Don't make it worse because all you're going to do is make the black cause worse.
We know you're upset. We understand. We're all upset.
All I'm trying to do is talk some sense. Don't make it worse. All you got to do is just talk to them right.
It's already as bad as it's going to get.
No, man, it's not. It's not.
All right. It can get better, everybody. Listen up. This is Michael Arana. He's a very emotional man because he's been screwed over like all of you. He's been fighting for his country on YouTube and Facebook for all of you, Canada. Now, what he's done is he's come out here to show you, Canada, that you can...
So we have people inside that were managed to get inside. They're eating. Sitting down. They're eating. We couldn't get in there because now there's the horses and a whole bunch of stuff in our way.
July 29th, 2020. All so-called emergency orders, regardless of which act they may be under, terminate along with the termination of the declaration of emergency on July 29th, 2020. Therefore, all orders related to the emergency terminated along with the termination of the declaration of emergency July 29th, 2020. There is no declared emergency. Therefore, there are no emergency orders that are lawful. Any orders that others are trying to enforce are unlawful. Any orders that others are trying to enforce are unlawful. Live life and make life great starting now. We must segregate those who have committed criminal conduct, like the Premier and the Lieutenant Governor. Be reminded that there was never any demonstratively justified evidence in the first place.
Read them their oath. Read them their oath. That's what they need to hear. Read them their oath. Read them their oath.
Number one, the earth and forces to be taken by a member of the board shall be the that I will be ready to the people
They don't really cut it.
How's the food?
It's incredible, incredible.
There we go.
Have some, man. Cut up a piece. Please enjoy.
I
For sure,
have to
man.
use
I've
my
been
hands, I
sharing it.
guess.
Everybody deserves some.
Can you?
Everybody who's here.
I'm kind of going. I'm kind of going live, so I don't have my. Where's the line? There's no line. The police stopped everybody from going in and out. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you.
Pleasure.
There we go. It was great. It's on No, you're. Once again.
Remember, you have a union, guys. You know, you have a union. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
We as citizens have chosen to safeguard the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms and the Human Rights Code. Due to the fact that the vast majority of people
So they arrested Adam inside. Whether he's just gonna get released on the PTA right on the spot, or they want to take him in, we don't know yet. But we're waiting. There's a big lineup that's been created to stop people from going in to that restaurant. So today, the government uses the police. Well, they use the army. Will they use the army against the people as well, or just the police services? Some of us moved to this country because of its freedoms, which is being taken away. Right now, the police are being used. The police are being used. Will the army be used eventually on its own people? They're between a rock and a hard place. So there's nothing against the police. They're between a rock and a hard place at the moment.
Bring your light! Bring your light! This is enough now! This is enough now! Oh, God, I can't believe you're not fighting for us! Gain your strength, please!
Great. See if somebody's getting some food. We have a lot of families, women, children. This is not a violent crowd. You cannot shop here. You can only go to Walmart and Costco, brother.
I'm hungry, buddy. Yo, can I go get the sign?
Say goodbye to your charter of rights and freedoms very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Men and women went to war and died to get a free country. You're about to take it away. Let's all say goodbye to our freedoms and rights. Men and women died from our military.
Your grandkids, all you and your grandkids are the reason we're here.
You're all been lied to, deceived, everything to you about. You are not the one for not knowing these things. But if you know and do nothing about it, then you are complicit in the crimes of the state.
Standing in front of a restaurant when you go home tonight, think about this.
Have you read your oath recently? Have you ever read your oath? What are you doing in breaking the law?
And I will let you know from Adamson BBQ. Notice this jurisdiction is under common law. Notice the principle is notice the agent. Notice the agent is notice the principle. These premises are occupied by a business under common law. Jurisdiction. And trespassers in law.
But
Barricades of Article 61 of the Magna Carta since 2015. On the 23rd day of March, the year of the Lord, 2001, and are exercising your common law and illegal rights for living without trespass by the crown.
You're a human being.
Patrons are permitted to enter. Patrons may follow guidelines, the ultra of the government, if they wish. No trespass, no meetings. All rights, power, privileges, and immunities are reserved in common law. No assured or presumed power of attorney. Take notice. By common law and for the record, let all people know by this declaration, I hereby revoke presumed allegiance to the crown as commanded by common law, whether expressed or implied. Notice of trespass may be filed under common law against the principal of agent of any property or public servant. Violating this lawful instrument, not limited to, but including none sheriffs, bailiffs, officers, employees, and or nominees of the bank's, council's, government representatives. Holder reserves right to deny entry. Any trespass may be prosecuted and penalized with extreme prejudice.
Everybody's watching. We do have major protests that are going to be coming up soon. This Saturday at Yonge and Dundas at 12 p.m. Everybody needs to be at Yonge and Dundas. And then on the 2nd of December, a sitting day at Parliament at Queen's Park. That is a major event. Everybody needs to be there. December 2nd, the Line Canada is hosting the biggest protest in Canada on the ground of the legislature at Queen's Park. Bring pots and pans and whistles and bang them together and make noise. This is a sitting day at the Parliament, Wednesday, 11 a.m. sharp. Everybody needs to be there. So once again, I'm going to repeat. Dundas Square, Toronto, this Saturday at 12 p.m. And then a major event, Queen's Park, 11 a.m., Wednesday, December 2nd.
You all want to hear this. Okay, wait. Get your phones out. You want to hear what I've got to say. Wait, then. My name is Kevin J. Johnston from freedomreport.ca. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I just recently put out a book called Master Bullshit. Do you know why? Because they're bullshit. Because there is no pandemic. Lies and media propaganda. You've all wanted to know how powerful media can be. You're seeing it right now. This is a warehouse serving pork and ribs and coleslaw.
Yet we've got police on horseback and more than 50 officers here stopping us from going in because of mainstream media. CBC, CTV, Cable Pulse 24, Toronto Star, National Post, they're all the same. They have spun this story telling the general public that we are the bad guys, that we are the ones doing something wrong. Adamson BBQ, the owner is a great guy. He has 2 children to feed and a wife to support. And he's being told that he can't by Doug Ford. But let me ask you this. Where is Doug Ford? Why is he not here enforcing this? How about this one, everybody? City Councillor Mark Grimes, who stood here yesterday talking like a tough man, saying that he was going to bring down the heaviest part of the law that he could on the owner here. And then he ran away, and he's hiding in his house right now. Hates everything conservative, and he hates small business, and he made that clear. Where is he? He's at home. I've been publishing everything I can about Mark Grimes and his family. I even put another book out about him where he's stealing money from youth lacrosse associations. His daughter is into prostitution. All of that's there. You figured they would sue me. Do you know why they didn't? Because it's all true. Because he is dirt and he is stopping honest Canadians from making a simple living while he gets a 6-figure salary sitting at home, uttering the same left-wing tripe that the mainstream media has been uttering for the last year. It's all a lie. Coronaviruses, there are many. They are the flu. You're going to get it, and you're going to get better within a few days, and then you'll forget you had it. It's killing nobody. There's a test out there called the PCR test. You might have heard of it. The polymerase chain reaction test, invented by Kerry Mullis, the American chemist. Do you know what he wanted to do with his test? He wanted to replicate DNA to study the human genome. It's a photocopier for DNA. The inventor said, do not use this test to detect diseases because everything you have will also replicate in this test. It's not a test, it's a copier. That's all it is. That's the test they're forcing on everybody here. They have frightened the general public so badly into hospital garages and having strangers who are in their 20s put cotton swabs up their noses to tell them a couple of days later they've got COVID-19. That's how they ramp up the case count. If you look at even Doug Ford's speeches, the Ontario site, go to it yourself, ontario.ca. They tell you on the website, masks prevent nothing. The Ontario government says it themselves. So why are the police here today? Why are we not inside having a good meal? It's because they want us to be afraid. It's because they want to manipulate your mindset into capitulation, into surrender, so that Justin Trudeau can walk himself into a majority government. We've had enough of that guy. And now, Doug Ford, what you've done is you've given away the next election. Because you've shown the general public that you're willing to use the police to destroy Ontarians. And you're not even brave enough to come out here yourself and face the owner of this place. Coward! Rise up, everybody. You have to recognize the fact that your politicians are afraid. They use the police to lead this nonsense. He went to a wedding without a mask. He got caught. What did he say? Oops. Right? Why can't we say oops? Well, we can't because he's in charge. Let's make sure that we change that. Civil disobedience is working. This message here is now international. The Americans know about this. The British know about us. The Mexicans know about us. This is what we need. We're now joining the rest of the world who's decided that they've had enough. The Argentinians said no more masks. shut down the square where their Supreme Court said lockdowns are illegal, and now they walk free. If we keep doing this at every single business that wants to open, we too can put the appropriate pressure on our Supreme Court to rule this lockdown and all lockdowns nationwide 100% illegal. Does anybody here know that when Doug Ford brought in the Emergency Measures Act for Ontario, that only one person had died of the supposed coronavirus? One in British Columbia, one in Ontario, and he locked the whole province down and destroyed all of our lives. For what? Under instruction of the Liberal government so that he could help Trudeau get into office again. Are we going to let that happen? Fuck no! Are we going to put Doug Ford back in office next election? Are we going to put John Tory in office next election? And how about Mark Grimes, the councillor for this ward, the guy who said that he was going to use the full force of the law to shut this place down? Are we going to vote him in? No! Mark, your time is done. John Tory, your time is done. This is our time, Canada. Let's be free. I love you all.
Kevin J. Johnston. He's got a YouTube channel, Kevin J. Johnston. Yeah. This is going to be on TV. Oh, yeah.
Tommy, can't go home!
Look at all these people. Look at all these people that you guys are supposed to protect. Look at all these people that you swore your lives to protect. The children. What about your parents? What about your own kids? Do you think your jobs are protected? They're not. They're coming for you next. They've been coming for you. And who has been protecting you? We have. We the people have been standing by your side. How dare you stand against us? How dare you stand against us?
Shame on you.
What kind of world do you want for children to live in? What kind of world? This is not a new method.
It's just
They did it under Mussolini.
peaceful protest. Just laying down. You're good, bro?
You are not invited to this property. You are trespassing.
Yeah.
Who holds the lease? John Tory doesn't hold the lease for this property. Adam Skelly does. Did he call you here? No, he did not. You are trespassing. You are committing a crime. How does it feel? You're just like the Nazis.
You have to say that from their face because it may make
Stand down! 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 You know there's a frequency on YouTube that I can use to make those horses run, right?
You are not doing the will of the people at all.
Let's go on the streets for the real criminals. Barbecue pits.
Stand with us. Stand with us.
Are you proud that you are betraying the people? Are you proud?
putting the national anthem. I just always need to let the police know that, you know, there's a lot of emotions going out here, and we understand that they're in a bad spot politically and for their position.
Be the people who pray God for you guys. You are protecting us. You are protecting your kids. You are protecting us. Your
I hope none of you Did you sign up for this? Is this what you signed up for?
Officers, stand
I
down.
hope the paycheck is going to be good at the end of the
Officers,
month.
stand down.
Stand down.
Officers, stand down. Officers, stand down. Officers, stand down. Officers, stand down. Officers, stand down.
Officers, stand down! Officers, stand down! Officers, stand down! Officers, stand down! Officers, stand down!
You are protected by your oath. All you gotta do not change the whole world right now. You gotta be officers.
It's all the men! We are
In this moment, to change the course of history, to change the whole world, to set an example of liberty, life, security, persons, individual rights, everything that this country stands for. You're the reason why people float your arm lost across oceans. And this is what it is. Why are you standing against it? You are supposed to protect it. That is your job. The entire world is watching you guys right now. Are you Nazis? You're not Nazis.
You need to take a position. Are you with the people or not? Are you just going to follow orders?
These people who you swore to protect, you are one who swore oath. You swore your lives. You put your lives on every single day.
We are all essential. Yes or yes? We are all essential. Yes or yes? Why did you decide who's essential, who's not? Let's think about it. Hey guys, you know what? I think we should go live down that road. There's so many people that are
Double standards. Costco is working. Walmart is working. Tim Hortons is working. McDonald's is working. Dog eating. Pork fries in McDonald's. Come on, wake up. He's feeding globalist, elite, satanists. Yes, there is.
We know who
yes,
they are.
we know who are. Be the people. Show your face.
Shame on you. You know protecting the rights of people in this country. You need to wake up. Step to the United States, step down, and leave this. You are trespassing. Leave. You're trespassing. There's no crime being committed. You should not be here. There's no crime.
What's that? We're the people. You guys agree. We're not trespassing. side beside us. That's the difference. We want you to join us and say this is wrong. No, it's out there. The mission exists. So why are you guys
We're
my client. I might lose you as a client, but for the people.
we're pro police movement. There's a lot of emotion.
I know. I understand. You don't have to. I have nothing against you guys. I swear to God. We're just. I know.
I know, but there's a lot of emotion involved. People are just getting excited. We are not against police, defunding police. We know you're put in a bad spot. We understand. It's not you. It's the system. We get it. I just wish somebody would take a stand and say, you know what, this is wrong. Stand with the people, but that's a big risk you're gonna take. We know. Anyways, let me just shake your hand for a minute, if you don't mind. Props.
So we came here, you got our citizenship, we came with the honor, and it's right that you should fight for what you believe is right, you know? I appreciate it. Thank you, Barry.
I see the look on every single one of your faces. You didn't ask to be here. You're just doing your job, right? What are you? What are you? What are you?
You can tell there's a lot of officers that are talking to us right now. I don't know if you could hear the conversation. There's a lot that feel very, very sympathetic with what's going on here. And then there's other officers, like this gentleman there, who's wearing two masks. You can tell who's who and what's what. But there's a lot of officers, even this officer who's not a rookie. He's been around. He understands, what's going on, and there's been a lot of positive feedback. But they are just doing what they have to do at this point. And I just want everybody to remember what I said before I started this broadcast about the officers that spoke to me off the record that say they are against this and against what is going on, but they are afraid. They're afraid, just like the rest of the population. They don't know what to do. It is going to take one officer to light that spark, one to stand up, and we just have to wait. You still have to show support to the police officers. They're not against us. We're not against them. There's just emotions that are heated.
I don't believe that any of you signed up for that. I don't believe that any of you signed up to rip my jacket. I don't believe that any of you signed up to be criminals. And yet, here we are. Us, the people who have been defending you. Months in a loud protest. Us, the people, don't say you stand against us. If you stand against us, you stand against our children, and our children have the right to use any means necessary to protect them. Just so you know, the entire country, actually, the entire world is watching every one of you. Every one of you. Right now, you have it in your power to change the course of history for the whole world. What are you doing? What are you doing?
We have children here, guys, and that's why we're here.
She's a very good person. She's a very good person.
When we started in Good Sport in May and end of April, we had only a few people showing up. You have one lady from her name is Patricia. She came with her son. He's 6 years old. And as soon as I saw a child in the scan while we were there, we should have more children coming in. Every single Saturday, police department had one or two joining.
There's a lot of people that are speaking to police, pleading for them to stand up against what is going on. But obviously, like I said, it's a very scary position for police to have to, stand against the employer. I'm sure most of them are thinking about their paycheck and their families. So, you just have to have a lot more patience, because when the time comes, a lot of them will make the possible right decision. And like I said, we've spoken to many that said that if it does get to that point, they will put their badges down and they will not be going further with what those orders are. So you just need to give police some more time. We are not anti-police. Yes, there's a lot of heated issues here, some emotions, but it is not directed directly at the men and women. It is directed at the outfit they are wearing and orders they're getting from whoever is throwing the orders. So we just want whoever is watching, and we do know police are watching, it is not against you as human beings, because we do know that there are varying opinions.
Through vaccination, and you're protecting it. Your kids will be victims if they're not already. They have to wear masks in school all day, which is devastating.
He's rolling in his grave right now.
And a touch for the 5G. Fight for your children.
CP24 over here, and he wants to stay on the property. He needs to leave.
Where's Adam?
Ask him to leave.
The private property.
I think where's
And we'll pass it.
we can just serve the trespass after the fact. Hey, this guy's CP24. He can't be here. Yeah.
Who else?
Maybe another time.
Notice the mail, but right the mail. Guess what? I have enacted Article 61 on the Magna Carta. The old law.
Good thing about it is, oh, here's the residential area.
Get up, everybody. I hope you heard the words of the